Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you join us in today's live lecture coming to you from Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University. Today's date is our market day in the Igbo lunar calendar, and 9/4/25 in the foreign Roman Catholic calendar. And remember, at Nkolo Mahadum, we always advise you to use your naturally given common sense, which we call Acho in Igbo language. And Nkolo Mahadum Wisdom University was primarily set up to decolonize your mind by providing you with the correct information instead of the miseducation, misinformation, and misdirection from our colonial masters and their various institutions and stooges in our land. And that is why we package and present our lectures from Igbo man, from Biafran and African perspectives. And that's why we are always begging you to join us, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. And now we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we are live on TikTok and Twitter. So you don't have no reason not to participate in today's lecture. And always like, comment, and share our lectures to your families, your friends, and your well-wishers. Because if you do, all of us will benefit. It will be beneficial to all of us. The title of today's lecture is Anam Awan to reunite Igbo'S across Nigeria. Anam Awan, which was a slogan that is making waves across the Igbo race, which is meant to reunite Igbo'S across Nigeria and the world. And we at Nkolo Mahadum are asking you to support this call. Support it, because that is what the Igbo race need. Right now, we need to come together. And hence, the use of this slogan as basis for today's lecture. And Anam Awan slogan to reunite the Igbo'S took place on from August 29, 2025 to August 30, 2025 in Anam Delta State, and was sponsored by Pine Leaf Properties. This Anam Awan get together, this Anam Awan convention, this Anam Awan retreat took place on from August 29, 2025 to August 30, 2025 in Anam. Anam is in Delta State and was sponsored by Pine Leaf Properties. Those in attendance in this retreat or conference includes all the Igbo'S from the 13 states in Nigeria. You know that often we are meant to understand that the Igbo'S only live in 5 states, but that's not the case. The Igbo'S live in more than 13 states in Nigeria, and all of them converged. All of them were present in this conference titled or called Anam Awan to reunite all the Igbo'S together. Igbo'S from Kogi were there. Igbo'S from Edo were there. Igbo'S from Benue were there. Cross River, Bayelsa, Rivers, Anambra, to mention a few, but total of more than 30 states were present in that conference. Because if you have been following what has been going on, you will see that the Igbo'S in the Igbanke, which is Igodo, which is the owner of majority of Edo State. The Igbo'S were the one occupying Edo State before the invaders came in with the Oba of Benin, taking over most of the place now through war, through conquest. But originally, the Igbo'S, Igodo, were the owners of the place called Benin today. And recently, the Igbanke people have come out to say that they are Igbo'S. They are Igbo'S. And so they were also present in this conference. Others that were present also includes His Royal Highness Eze Chukwuemeke, Eze Aka Jiofo, the 34th of Eri Kingdom. He was also there. Senator Ned Nwoko was also present, as well as other Igbo dignitaries and traditional rulers. They were all in that conference. Don't forget, what is dividing the Igbo'S is Britain. Britain is the architect of the division of the Igbo'S into these 13 states and others to weaken the Igbo'S, to weaken the strength of the Igbo'S through their divide and rule tactic, to divide you, weaken you, rule over you, and exploit your resources. And that's what they have done. Britain is in charge of Nigeria. And you know, Britain is still in charge of Nigeria today. They are the one making all the major decisions. So they are the one that brought up the idea to carve the Igbo'S into different states, to divide them into pieces so that they will be as weak and weakling and without power anymore. And so we have seen a lot of things going on. You have seen like some parts of River State where they rename the streets. Instead of Umuokoro, they call it Rumukolo or Rumudis. They add R to Igbo names, to change Igbo names. And you see somebody like Nyeso Nwike, Nyeso Nwike, which is Onyeso. Nyeso is Onyeso, but they change it to, they add N to that to make it Nyeso. You see something like Nwike, Nwike. He removed the N and now call it Wike. You see all sorts of things of our people trying to change their names, trying to change their identity just to deny their Igbo-ness. And it was Ned Nwoko, Senator Ned Nwoko, who also revealed that he was 9 years old during the Nigerian Biafran War. And his mother told him to stop speaking Igbo, so that they will not be identified as Igbos and killed. Because of the fear of being killed, a lot of Igbos during the war changed their names, denied their identity. And that is what is being changed now. People are now standing up to say, no, we did this because of the pressure of the war. But now we are Igbos. We have to come out that we are Igbos, and we are Igbos. That is what is going on now across the whole place. And that was why this conference that was held at Anam, Delta State, is something that everybody must have to support. And so some of our brothers who are Igbos, who know that they are Igbos, who still deny their Igbo-ness, just to belong and be getting the crumbs from the master's table instead of regaining 100% of what they have. They say that 13% is okay for them and continue to deny their Igbo'ness, their identity, whom they are. They continue to deny it just for that crumbs coming from the master's table. And that is wrong. So this conference called Anam Awan should be supported by all Igbo's to help to unite the Igbo race. As a bunch, we have to come together as one. Because if we come together as one, as being propagated by this conference, it will be to our overall benefit. After all, it was Bala Mohammed, the current governor of Bauchi State, which says that the Fulanese don't recognize the colonial artificial boundaries, that the Fulanese in Nigeria have their relations in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Senegal, in so many other parts of Africa, that they can move around anyhow they want. How about the Igbo's? These are the things we have to learn and know, that coming together is the best way to make the Igbo race great again. The Igbo race have to be great again by coming together as proposed, as was preached by the organizers of this Anam Awan, which was held in Anam in Delta State. And we are giving thanks. We at Colonial, we are extending our thanks to Nwanne TV, Mr. Chukwuemeka, and everybody that works with him, including Pine Leaf Properties, Pine Leaf Estate Properties. They were the major sponsor of this event. Also, we are thanking Senator Ned Nwoko for coming out to support this conference of Anam Awan, which is meant to reunite the Igbo's in Nigeria. And we are also saying that the Igbo's across the world should also make this slogan, Anam Awan, as a household slogan to reunite all Igbo's across the world so that we can be one. Because onye ọkụ na-agba bie anara achụ oke. Ọkụ na-agba n'Igbo race. Anyị ekwesịrị ka anyị na-achụ oke. O kwesịrị ka anyị bịa together. Get together in everywhere that you are. But even if you are in Lagos, even if you are in Abuja, even if you are in Kano, even if you are in West African countries, even if you are in Europe, in Russia, in China, in America, in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, anywhere you are across this world, try to come together. And you are coming together. Where is your eye? In our own land, in Biafra land. That's where your eye should be. When you form a bunch, when you are together anywhere you are, you focus on our land, how we can get our land back, how we can have our own country, how we can build our own country. That's how you should, that's where all the energy should be channeled to. But first of all, we have to learn to come together, knowing that this world is nothing. We live and die in this world. Nobody will live here forever. But coming together, loving yourselves, having one mind and one objective, and that objective is to make the Igbo race great again. How will the Igbo race be great again? by coming together and making sure that we have a country called our own. We have a country we can build on. We have a country that all Igbos will return back to, irrespective of where we have migrated to. So this is what we want you to know today from Nkola Mahadum Wisdom University. And before we continue, we have to beg you again to please join us, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok, and like, comment, and share. So what we are saying is that there was a conference titled Anam Awan, which was meant to reunite the Igbo'S across Nigeria and invariably in the whole world, sponsored by Pine Leaf Estate Properties. And this conference, you can never hear it at the government media or corporate media. You can never hear it at Channel TV. You can never hear it at Arise TV. You can never hear it at various government or corporate medias. You can only hear about this conference from Nkola Mahadum Wisdom University, which is an Igbo-centric, Biafran-centric, and African-centric media university. This is where you will hear it. You can't hear it nowhere else. And from others like Name TV and other proponents of unifying the Igbo'S. So the date of this conference was held from August 29 to August 30, 2025 at Opanam in Delta State, sponsored by Pine Leaf Properties. And those in attendance in that conference included Igbo'S from 13 states or even more, which included Kogi, Benue, Edo, Cross River, Bayelsa, Rivers, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and others. Because, you know, the Igbo'S were divided because of the British geopolitics of divide and rule, to divide us and make us weak. That is what they have done. And those that were in attendance, there are so many notable Igbo sons and daughters that were present in that conference. His Royal Highness, Eze Chukwuemeka, Eze Aka Jiofo, the 34th of Eri Kingdom. He was there. Senator Ned Nwoko was there. And so many others were there for this great occasion. And we are saying that is the way to go. That this conference with the slogan or the title, Anam Acho Nwanne, should not only be to reunite all the Igbo'S in Nigeria, but it should also be a slogan for all the Igbo'S across the world. That's what we're saying. Because the division of Britain has failed. It has failed. Because now the Ohanaeze Ndigbo president or chairman is now from River State. People of Ibanke have woken up and said they are Igbo'S. And so many other communities are coming out boldly now to say that they are Igbo'S because they were denying their Igbo identity as a result of the war. Because if they know during the war that you are an Igbo, they will kill you. So people, parents, everybody was denying that they are not Igbo so as to stay alive. And this could be explained. Even Senator Ned Nwoko said that his mother told him to deny his Igbo'ness during the war for them to stay alive. So this cut across all the Igbo'S, because the Igbo'S extended up to the current Benin, the current Edo state. The current Benin kingdom is a land of the Igbo'S. Igbo'S is a land of the Igbo'S. And so this British divide and rule have failed in our land. It has failed, and people are coming out boldly to say that they are Igbo'S. And what they did in River State, changing the names, adding R, if you see Okoro, Okoro, they add R to make it Okolo. Isn't that laughable for Governor Wike, ex-Governor Wike, to say that, change his name from Wike to Wike just because of peanuts, just he's getting from the colonial masters. Isn't that laughable? That you are denying your identity because of what? Even because of the war. You should fight back. You shouldn't deny your identity because of the war. But now that you have realized that it was a mistake and coming back, that is the right thing to do. And that is why we are in support of this slogan, Anam Acho Nwanne, which was the slogan, the title of the conference that was held from August 29 to August 30. And we are saying, if the Fulanese, as explained by Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, that the Fulani does not respect any colonial boundary. That's why a Fulani from Cameroon or from Ghana or from Mali or from Burkina Faso or anywhere else in the world can come to Nigeria and stay and live with their brothers. They can come to Nigeria and live with their brothers. How about us? And so coming together is the best way to go. And we are saying that all Igbo'S, all Biafrans should use this slogan now, make it a household name across the world. Because now, ndị be anyị sị na onye unu a na-agba ọkụ anara achụ oke. Va, anyị Igbo na-agba ọkụ, o kwesịrị ka anyị na-achụ oke. O kwesịrị ka anyị get together. I get together across the world, wherever we are across the world. Come together. Understand that this world is temporary. Understand that this world, we shall live to die. If that is the case, why don't we love each other now? Why don't we come together now and fight and work for our common goal? And that common goal is nothing but restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra. That's our country. So that if we have this country, then we can have identity. We can belong to the world. When we are talking in the United Nations, it will be said that this is coming from a country of the Igbo man. And if we don't have it, why can't we come together now? And that is why we are using this slogan, Anam Awan, to make you to think that it is time for us to come together. And I will use this lecture also to remind you wherever you live, whatever you think you are getting wherever you live, do you think that's what you should be getting if we have our own country and you are there? Whatever you are outside Igbo land, do you think that whatever you are outside Igbo land, you will not be 10 times more than that in our own land when we have our own country? Think about that. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. So what we are saying here is that every Igbo man should take this slogan, Anam Awan, take it into your family, take it into your parochial organization, take it into your club, take it into any organization being managed by the people from the Igbo race. Take it there, because we need unity. We need unity and cohesion to achieve greatness, to make the Igbo race great again. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining us. Please join us, subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share this lecture to get to everybody. Thank you very much. I have a good one. And we are thanking Name TV, Mr. Chukwuemeka, Pine Leaf Properties, His Royal Highness, Eze Chukwuemeka, Eze Akajiofo, the 34th of Nwanne Kingdom. We are thanking Senator Ned Nwoko for all their support, and every other person that supported to make this conference a successful one. We at the colonial are supporting you. We are thanking you for making it happen. And with this, we shall be bringing today's lecture to an end. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a good one. Bye-bye.